So avian influenza has had some negative impacts, of course, for the last couple of years, and again in this past year. That's still an issue, I understand. What else should we be watching for in the poultry sector in 2024?
Well, definitely right. It's still a threat. Avian influenza is still a threat in 2024. Major disruption in terms of the supply of hatching eggs in 23, and so we've actually saw that production did not materialize up to what we thought the potential was. So that's one of the things to consider for sure in 2024. But there are other positives in that industry. For example, for producers, they've been revising the formula price just to acknowledge the fact that costs overall for producers have been going up. So that's in terms of price that producers receive, that actually should provide a little bit of a boost to margins. We've been talking about feed costs coming down or being stable, so that also should actually provide a little bit of a boost. And I'm going to still end up talking about demand, right? Because population, when it comes to supply managed sectors, poultry, dairy, population growth is a big driver of profitability in terms of volume sold, volume produced, and volume sold. But right now we're paying attention to stocks, frozen stocks of poultry meat, for example, and they're quite high. So we just need to be thinking about, all right, how much consumers are able to absorb in terms of higher prices to reflect higher cost of production and not lead to a substitution away from poultry products, right? And I think that's one of the things that the industry is going to have to monitor in 2024, just to make sure that we don't find ourselves in a situation where supply kind of exceeds demand.
Yeah, we don't want a surplus of inventory.
Yep.
Right. Okay, thank you.